Is it possible for a $3 cushion to stand up against an $80 cushion? Let's find out. Starting off with the affordable cushion, this is the TAG cushion from Daiso Korea, and it costs only about 5,000 won, which is about $3 USD. And if you go to Daiso Korea, just know that many of the Daisos are sold out just because it's so popular. Every Daiso that I've been to in Seoul were sold out, and the makeup section basically looked like a war zone. The testers were pretty disgusting and everything was just a huge mess. I basically gave up trying to find this cushion, but one day I went to the newest Starfield mall, and lo and behold, there was a new and big Daiso. Their makeup section basically looked like an Olive Young store. It was well stocked, well organized, and the best part, there was no one there. This TAG cushion from Daiso is from the brand Too Cool for School. If you've been following my cushion foundations video, you're probably tired of me constantly talking about my favorite #1 cushion, which is the Fixing Nude cushion from Too Cool for School. So it's nice that this popular Daiso cushion is from my favorite cushion foundation brand. There's two versions available, which is the dewy version and the velvet version, and I got both of them in the same shade. I noticed the dewy cushion is a lot lighter and has more of a pinkish hue, versus the velvet cushion is more on the peach yellow side. I appreciate that each cushion pan has a textured area to dab off any excess foundation, which is a thoughtful touch. The puffs are super soft yet not too dense, and I feel like Too Cool for School makes one of the best high quality cushion puffs. On the other hand, the YSL cushion is about 108,000 won, which is equivalent to about $80 USD. While it's not a Korean cushion, this became incredibly popular in Korea when it first came out about 2 years ago. I didn't jump on it because I thought it was just way too overpriced, but this was actually a gift to me from my mom. So this comes in several shades. I got mine in BR10 Cool Porcelain. Puff for the YSL cushion is more on the dense side, which is a little more difficult to work with. Now let's move on to the coverage and finish. The right side of my face will be the YSL cushion, and the left side of my face will be the velvet TAG cushion. So I chose to compare these two because these resemble each other more than the DEWY TAG cushion. The YSL cushion has medium coverage and applies slightly tacky, but I think the tackiness helps it adhere better to my skin. It seemed to cover my pores, redness, and small bumps evenly. However, if you have dark spots, you might need to use concealer as well. On the other hand, the velvet TAG cushion applies so smoothly, it really lives up to its name. It literally feels like a velvet touch to your skin, and it's very easy to work with and blends seamlessly into your skin. If you have large pores, I suggest patting the foundation instead of dragging the puff. I would say that the coverage is similar to the YSL cushion, medium coverage that effectively covers minor imperfections. Both cushions give off a beautiful natural finish. I would describe it as a semi-matte finish. I thought the velvet cushion was going to be a full-on matte finish, but it has just the right amount of sheen to it. While the YSL is similar, this one is just a tiny bit more glowy. Honestly, when I swatched both of these on my hand, I was a bit underwhelmed, but they look 10 times better on the face with the right skin prep. And just for your information, I did set both sides with setting powder just on the T-zone, like on my chin, my nose, and this area where I have lots of large pores. Both sides look almost exactly the same. The main difference is how it feels on the skin. I'm actually wearing both of these foundations, so this side is the TAG Cushion and this side is the YSL. I bet you can't even tell the difference. Now for transfer and longevity. I would say that both of these cushions takes a pretty long time to set. It's about 30 minutes to 1 hour for the TAG cushion to set. During this transfer test, I waited about 15 minutes for it to set. So the YSL cushion has slightly less transfer compared to the TAG cushion. But once the YSL cushion sets, it does not budge. It basically acts like a glue, which kind of reminds me of the Tear Tear Pink cushion. If you have a mark on your face, it might be a little difficult to smooth it out, so you probably need to reapply the cushion. In contrast, the TAG cushion is much easier to touch up on. I was thoroughly impressed with the longevity of both cushions. I was not expecting that at all. After about 5 hours, both cushions pretty much looked the same as when I first applied it. It didn't budge, they didn't separate, or settle into my fine lines. I did get a bit greasier throughout the day, but I feel like the camera makes it look worse face because the light makes me appear oilier than I actually am. In person, I basically look pretty much the same as I did in the morning. The only area that was a bit dry was the sides of my nose. I will say that the YSL cushion is just slightly drier, not to the point where it's noticeable, but there is a slight difference if you're comparing both sides. Honestly, I think the TAG cushion could be a dupe for the YSL pink cushion. You really don't need to spend $80 unless you really want that pink packaging. Previously in my haul video, I mentioned that when I first tried the YSL cushion, I wasn't very impressed. After trying it about 4 to 5 more times, definitely is a quality cushion, but not worth $80. In conclusion, between the TAG velvet cushion and the YSL cushion, I would probably go with the TAG cushion. I love how it applies like velvet, it's easy to work with, and it basically lasts a long time. And you just can't beat the price. Almost as good as a Too Cool for School Fixing Nude cushion. The only difference would be that the TAG cushion does transfer slightly and it does take a long time to set properly. But it maintains a good balance of moisture, so it definitely won't dry out your skin, so perfect for combination to oily skin. Now for the DEWY TAG cushion. I feel like this DEWY cushion is dewy and glowy at the same time, yet it looks super natural. So coverage and finish. This DEWY version provides medium coverage similar to the other two cushions. Upon application, it feels slightly sticky, which I didn't really like. It's noticeably stickier than the YSL cushion. I also noticed it's a bit more challenging to blend compared to the other two cushions because of how sticky it is. But what really amazed me was the finish. So I saw a review photo on Yesstyle that someone posted of their skin. Her skin looks so amazing. It basically looks like she applied highlighter. When I applied this cushion, my skin mirrored the reviewer's picture. It gives a finish that appears naturally luminous. I wouldn't just describe it as dewy. It's more like achieving that glass skin look. I can't really explain it. It's like that Bubba Dewy finish, but not glowy to the point where you look greasy. It almost gives the impression of freshly cleansed skin right after you applied all your skincare products. I wasn't expecting this cushion foundation finish to look this incredible. But of course, the real test is how it performs throughout the day. In natural light, it looks like your natural skin with a hint of shine, but indoors, it looks so stunning and definitely looks more glowy. I just can't get over how amazing this looks. Transfer and longevity. This cushion foundation doesn't transfer as badly throughout the day, but like the other two cushions, this also takes a while to set. As for longevity, this lasted about 5 hours and my nose didn't get as shiny throughout the day, which is surprising because that's the first area that I would start looking greasy. The rest of my face looked a bit greasy since the oil and the glow started mixing together. This cushion did end up settling into my pores and it did look slightly cakey at the 6-hour mark. But just like the YSL cushion, this also reminds me of the Tier pink cushion since it doesn't budge once it sets and it gives off that natural glow. So in conclusion, cheap cushion or $80 cushion? Definitely the TAG cushion. I was thoroughly impressed. It's been a long time since I was truly amazed by a cushion foundation. The last time I was head over heels over a cushion foundation was either the Hera cushion or the Too Cool for School Fixing Nude cushion. And now this is my newest obsession. The YSL cushion, although it's pretty, definitely not worth $80 if the TAG cushion is performing similar. If this just exceeded my expectations since I had such low expectations. Like, how is this so amazing? How is this performing so well? If I had to choose between the DEWY and the velvet, I would probably choose the velvet because it just suits my combination oily skin a lot better. I just like this slightly better than the Too Cool for School Fixing Nude cushion just because it has a nicer finish. Choose my skin tone a little better than the Fixing Nude cushion and it's not as drying because the Too Cool for School Fixing Nude cushion can emphasize dry spots if you don't really skin prep well, but this does none of that. I might keep repurchasing this. I just hope that they don't ever discontinue it because this is such a high quality, amazing cushion. So if you're in Korea, guys, don't forget to stop at a Daiso to get the TAG cushion. But if you're not planning on going to Korea, you can also find this online at Yesstyle. I think it's at $10, but there's a sale now, so it's about $7, which still makes it one of the cheapest cushion foundations on the market. So worth the price. And if you end up not liking it, at least you didn't spend like $30 to $40 on a cushion. cushion. Try it out, guys. I think you will like it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.